Hello everybody and welcome back to some more League of Lore. This time around we're going to be looking at another place on Valoran, and this time it will be Bilgewater. Bilgewater is a port city-state on Blue Flame Island off the southeastern coast of Valoran. Bilgewater was officially founded on September 19th, 129 CLE. Bilgewater over the years has become a vital stop for trade ships traveling near the Blue Flame Islands. While this increased the nation's wealth and influence over Valoran, it has also made the city-state a major refuge for piracy, and the island itself is a tempting target for pirate raids. Rum is the city's major export, which is made in the various pubs and taverns down the Fleet Street before sailing into the port. Onlookers can see the image of White Skull on the large rock behind the city. The native inhabitants of Bilgewater are rugged, seafaring folk, and many naturally are also pirates. While the League can usually keep vessels that remain within protected waters safe, they have little jurisdiction over what occurs in the open seas. Sailors intrepid enough to venture out there are free to decide their own fate and fortune. Many Bilgewater pirates also sail to other nations and are known for their raids on settlements. The port city is home to League champion Gangplank, the Saltwater Scourge. He arose to represent his nation, though his true motives as he is a pirate are questionable. Gangplank and Misfortune, the bounty hunter, often bicker over their city-state's future direction. Both are striving to unite the people of Bilgewater in order to turn them into a strong and independent society. Bilgewater is a relatively lawless city-state, particularly in the pirate-run slums. The majority of the city's denizens carry a variety of weapons, which range from cutlasses to pistols in order to protect themselves at all times. Traditionally, the Bilgewater warriors coat their weapons with the remains of their drinks the night before a battle or raid. This has the effect of increasing the pain of wounds caused and often spreads diseases such as gangrene, inhibiting their enemy's ability to fight back. Many of their larger ironclad ships are also equipped with multiple cannons that can strike targets over long distances. Ties between Bandle City and Bilgewater have always been a little tense, mainly due to the occasional pirate assault on the Yordle vessels. Bilgewater's relationship with Ionian is what you might expect, is, pirates. During Noxus's hostilities on Ionian soil, many pirates from Bilgewater sailed to the island nation. For years, they ruthlessly pillaged settlements along the island's coast and fought naval battles with Ionian vessels when engaged. Even after the war, many Ionians still feel deep enmity towards the Bilgewater due to their denizens' actions. So basically, they're pirates. They took advantage of the situation. The relationship with Noxus, while the two nations have no true alliance, Bilgewater and Noxus are on relatively beneficial terms with one another. Bilgewater pirates on occasion will assist the Noxian military should they see the endeavor profitable. Though the League eventually put a stop to the Noxus military campaign, Katarina the Sinister Blade is a mainstay down at Bilgewater Fleet Street. She can often be seen poking her head into the pubs and taverns in search of sailors down on their luck, offering an even share of the plunder to those willing to sail under her command. On September 19th, 120 years before the League, the port city of Bilgewater was officially founded, creating a haven and destination to pirates and seafarers everywhere. What started off as a one-day celebration of Bilgewater's origin became a weekend, and due to the raucous nature of the town's inhabitants, celebrations spread through the entire month. September has come to embody sailors enjoying the end of the temperate season, drinking the last of the summer ales and participating in unruly games to prove their worth as the fiercest pirate in Valoran. A sampling of the festivities include Lady Luck, a continuous gambling tournament where skill is just as highly prized as the quickest to draw the knife in your boot. A vast assortment of games and competitions await, with gold valors passing hands after every blackjack and snake eyes on the table. Lady Luck can be a fickle mistress, easily swayed by card up your sleeve, in the words all or nothing. Drink the water. An indisputable challenge, a pirate orders the Bilgewater Special, which is a foul, unidentifiable mix of liquor from behind the bar, with each pirate mixing in a bit of whatever they can find around the table or in their pockets. The brave one to drink it all gets a pat on the back, all the vows that can fit into the empty mug, and an evening's worth of indigestion. And then we have the Ruckus. Armed only with a wooden club or an abandoned peg leg, pirates leap aboard a ship in a King of the Hill competition to see who can stay atop the crow's nest longest, and is crowned the captain of the Ruckus for the year. Beard protection is accepted, but shoes are prohibited. Some of the types of rums that Bilgewater produces. The relative peace between the league has kept over Valoran has led to increase in trade and desire for worldly imports. The demand for Bilgewater's famous rums is especially high. And here we have a few examples given to us by Captain Morgan Rackham. There's the Rapture rum. If you get a bit of jink to spare and don't mind paying up for a bit of celebrity, you can head over to Fortune's Favor on Fleet Street for a bit of Miss Fortune's private stock. Rapture is clear as diamonds with a pleasantly clean aroma and cut cane to shake things up. Miss Fortune adds a hint of pepper and cinnamon to keep you warm on deck during stormy days at sea. To be enjoyed with your favorite tropical fruit, Miss Fortune's Rapture rum is every bit as much as the toxic beauty that she is. Gangplank's Black Pearl rum. Let me ask you a question, sailor. Have you ever chewed rum? No? Well, you've probably never run afoul of Gangplank and his fabled Black Pearl. Aged in charred oak casks, infused with some of the richest spices that Valoran has to offer, this rum comes out blacker than pitch and about as thick. Gangplank's Black Pearl is a draught for the true rum enthusiast. Only the rest of you blokes are just going to wind up feeling barney and running for the deck rails. So be careful. I've seen this bit of the black stuff lay out even the roughest lighter with nary a hint of warning. And then we have Myron's Dark Rum. This rum is the trademark drink of Myron Murderhole. Wow. One of the most famous and historic bars in all of Bilgewater, dark in color with the aroma of woody molasses. The infamous spirit is a veritable staple of Bilgewater sailors on the high seas. Richer than the lighter relatives, this dark beauty finishes with an uncanny sweetness that's just perfect for taking the edge off. Enjoy with hot water or even straight from the bottle. Either way, Myron's Dark will keep you warmer than a pea coat on a bluster day. And then we have Mount Atten Eclipse rum. This rum is characteristically served as Plank Walking Pete's, a newfangled bar run dockside by a Barney lad with a peg leg. Light amber in color, Mount Atten will assail your senses with the aroma of sweet grass, molasses, nutmeg, and just a hint of citrus. A bit dry on its own, your typical dose comes served with tonic and a lime. So after a glass or two, you're well on your way to warding off both scurvy and malaria. So let's look at a bit more history with Bilgewater. The pirate Tiresias Ellington and his crew boarded a Vandal City ship and sacked the vessel of its cargo. This particular shipment was on its way to a celebration to commemorate Poppy, the Iron Ambassador, and her appointment to service as envoy between Demacia and the Yordle Vandal City. Appealed to the League to solicit reparation from Bilgewater for the loss of goods, along with spoiling their anniversary plans. Bilgewater's stance was that they were not responsible for the actions of a few independent sailors. And then we have Grugmug Grogslog. Famed Bilgewater Grugmug Grogslog was a yearly competition amongst privateers looking to prove their mettle as the hardest drinkers on the high seas. Both grog drinkers and grog crafters alike convened at the Grugmug Tavern to crown the year's best Scab and Glug. Scab was awarded to the creator of the strongest and most corrosive grog, and the Glug was awarded to the hardy soul that could drink most of it before requesting medical attention. Historically, Gangplank had won the Scab title for 15 years ever since he joined his father on the ship the Deadpool. Most recent Grugmug Grogslog event concluded after an exhausting 6-hour final between Gangplank and Sarah Fortune. In the end, Scab title was awarded to Miss Fortune an unexpected upset after several tense stages of caustic tests and analysis. The panel of judges declared the winner when her concoction melted completely through the pewter mug table and the floor. Gangplank's recipe stopped just short of eating through the floor, instead pooling in it in a steamy puddle upon the resin-coated floorboards. And then a little bit more history about Fizz this time. After wandering the ocean for many years, the fish-like creature known as Fizz discovered the port of Bilgewater. He was fascinated with the existence of life above water and could not resist exploring the island in his endless curiosity. Fizz inadvertently meddled in the affairs of the humans who lived there, and his presence did not go unnoticed. His mischief angered many residents who eventually sought to capture or kill him. Fizz found himself cornered and prepared to return to the sea, despite the fondness he'd come to hold for Bilgewater. As soon as he stood at the docks, a massive dragon shark attacked the port. Fizz defeated the beast using resourcefulness and his knowledge of the creature's weaknesses to his advantage. Having earned the gratitude and respect of the humans, Fizz decided to stay in Bilgewater. And then we have Nautilus, a gigantic man in an iron diving suit appeared on the shores of Bilgewater, referring to himself as Nautilus. He searched for the men who had condemned him to die in the sea depths. Terrified sailors who'd heard his tale directed Nautilus back to the Institute, but the summoners refused to relinquish the names of the other men from his expedition. By then, Nautilus had learned about the League of Legends, and there he saw an opportunity to discover and punish those responsible for the time and life he lost. So, some champions related to Bilgewater, basically the city-state champions, are Fizz, the titled Trickster. He's a resident and respected mischief of Bilgewater. Gangplank, the Saltwater Scourge, he lives there, it's his birthplace, and he's the fiercest pirate captain of Bilgewater. And then we have Graves the Outlaw. He was also born in Bilgewater, and he's a Bilgewater common man, basically. Then we have Miss Fortune, the bounty hunter, or Sarah Fortune, whichever you prefer. It's also her birthplace, and she's a renowned pirate catcher of Bilgewater. And then some more associated champs we have is Katarina. She's a privateer of Noxus, obviously. We have Nautilus, the Titan of the Depths. Probable birthplace is Bilgewater, but not guaranteed. We know he was a sailor of sorts, so it's likely he was either Bilgewater or one of the coastal towns. And that's also the site of his emergence. We also have Twisted Fate, also probable birthplace, based on his history with Graves and stuff. And Graves is his former partner, who is from Bilgewater. So yeah, that is my take on Bilgewater. I hope you enjoyed the video, and you know, stay classy, pirates.